If you're like me, then you grinded the hell out of Star Rail and are now at the impossible barrier that is running out of content a little over a week into the release of the game. I also understand that many of you are addicted and want to play more, also, like myself. So I wanted to put together this guide to show you what you can do in between now and the next story drop's release. I could just say to stock up on special rail passes for future characters and call it a day because let's be real, many of us treat these types of games like it's life or death if we don't have that one character that is just perfect in every way possible. Silverwolf, I'm talking to you, please release soon. I'm not going to do that though. Let's go over some good ways to prepare and keep yourself occupied in-game while also waiting patiently for Hoyoverse to drop that sweet content in our laps. First thing that I'm going to talk about is probably the most time-consuming activity that requires more of your attention than just setting double speed and auto battle on, and that's the simulated universe. At World 3 and beyond, you get access to planar ornaments, and you can pick the world you want to run depending on the ornament set you want to farm out. Each pull of the ornaments does cost either 40 Trailblaze power or 1 Immersifier, which you can get from the weekly point system from the simulated universe. You also get 200 experience for each pull, so using your Immersifier coins is one way you can gain experience without having to spend Trailblaze power, as long as you don't spend Trailblaze power to get the Immersifiers, which you can also do. Hitting your weekly maximum on points for the simulated universe can also give you some pretty nice rewards like regular rail passes and Tracks of Destiny, along with Herda which allow you to buy exclusive light cones from Herda's store in the simulated universe menu. If you just play and collect the index entries you don't have yet, that can also be a good limited source of Star Jade. Curios give you 30 Star Jade each, and you can also get 30 for reaching certain milestones with indexing and the blessings from the different paths. Another thing you can do to get a decent amount of experience every day really easily is to just do your daily training in the Inter-Astral Guide. If you get 500 score from doing the tasks it gives you, you can rack up 1300 EXP in just a few minutes. If you combine that with emptying your Trailblaze power every day with either Simulated Universe or the activities I'm going to mention soon, you'll be able to steadily make your way to the next levels just doing daily activities. Speaking of those other activities, if you want to be able to ascend your favorite characters, you need to have a decent stockpile of materials from the Stagnant Shadow activities. Granted, these don't give you a ton of either of their given material, but there's more of a reason to prioritize these early on so you can ascend your character as soon as you can. If you want to know what exactly you are going to need to ascend your character to the next ascension level, once your character is at their current max level, hit the ascend button and it will display the materials that you need to get. Like before, the Stagnant Shadow will show you what their rewards will be, and at the same time, if you click on the material in the ascension menu, it will also tell you which Stagnant Shadow you need to take down to get the necessary material required for ascension. So you shouldn't have any problems figuring out which ones you need to target. Echoes of War are also really nice, though you can only benefit from 3 of these per week. These give you items that you can use to activate special traces for your characters. Whatever material you need, you can get it from these bosses. Sometimes the traces can be really nice, like Natasha's or March 7th skills gaining the ability to get rid of debuffs on the target party member. I would definitely take a look at your character's traces tree to see if there are any skills that you feel would benefit you. They also open up more branches of the traces tree, meaning you can raise the stats of your characters higher and maximize the effectiveness of the characters you're using. Doing Caverns of Corrosion is next on my personal priority list. I like min-maxing my stats, so I tend to do a lot of these to try and get different rolls of relic sets I want to attach to my characters. Once you get 4 and 5 star relics up to level 12 or 15, the stat boosts you see from relics really start to ramp up, so if you're really trying to prioritize a certain stat on your characters, getting a good relic that goes with the ideal set you're trying to match can take quite a while, especially since you're limited on how many times you can do these activities, unless you want to spend Star Jade or fuel. The last thing that I'll talk about here will be doing Calyxes, both Golden and Crimson. Crimson Calyxes can provide you items you need to upgrade your characters, both traces and for character ascension. Golden Calyxes provide more general enchantment items like adventure logs for character leveling and condensed ether for light cone leveling. These items are important since you do need them to level up your characters. Don't neglect the Calyxes, but I would definitely focus on them more when you either need to level a character or you are all set on everything else. Trailblaze material doesn't last very long, so you want to make sure you're prioritizing what you need most at the time or what you need to prepare most for the future. A lot of what I mentioned here can be found in the Inter-Astral Guide on the menu, so if you want a quick source of information regarding a few of the things you can do, definitely check it out. It shows you the possible rewards for each activity as well, so you don't have to look that up externally every time you want to find out where to farm a certain item. With that being said, I'm going to go farm up some relics and planar ornaments so I can actually get a fucking quantum damage increase on my planar sphere. Best of luck to you in your travels, Trailblazers. Take care of yourselves.